Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. I hope you guys are doing well, whatever you are. This is Ken the Revolutionary. Please take a moment. If this is your first time in this channel, the first order of business is to like this video. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, share, like, comment, and do all that good stuff. Let's get to this. I just came across this crazy, wild story that really um, shook me to the core. Um, I'm angry, confused, and I think this is something that's worth looking at. Karibu sana Pretty Kakao, nice seeing you. Please, the first order of business, you know what's up. Like the video. Um, I just it's trending right now and it's catching fire. There are people reporting it from all over, from the US, Kenya, and there's a story of a young Somali girl whose name is Anfac. Um, and the story is really actually very, very sad. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Please, if you've heard about this story, help share it with me in the comment section. I'll just give my brief understanding of how things went. So this young girl, beautiful Somali girl, was involved in a relationship, some type of relationship with this young man who resides in the US. I guess he's also like kind of he's a Somali American, or is from the States, whatever the case is. I don't know his status. I don't know if he's an American or he's Kenyan, or he just resides in the US. But apparently they kind of had a relationship, and the young man who was dating her, the guy from the US, I don't know his name. Please guys, help me on the chat if you know about this story. It's kind of making rounds right now. So this guy this guy from the US wanted to marry Anfac. Anfac is this young girl, Somali girl, okay? So he wanted to get married to her, I guess. And the girl found out that this guy actually has kids and a wife in the US. And so, once she found out that, she was like, no, listen, we can't go on with this marriage. Basically, just uh, broke up with him after finding out that he had a whole family and a wife in America, or whatever the case is. That's my understanding of the story. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to pass the wrong information. So apparently this guy was mad about the whole thing, was upset by the rejection or whatever the case is. The girl did not want to continue with the relationship. And this guy was butthurt, okay? He didn't take that well. And it is alleged that he went ahead and hired a couple of people to go, kidnap the young girl, and they took her somewhere, I don't know where she was brutally, I mean, they sexually assaulted her, like rape and beating her and all that stuff. And all that is captured in a video. I haven't watched the video. Karibu sana Shimariam. I heard the video is very disturbing. I'm not looking forward to look at it, but I've heard the audio version. It's on X, and it's disturbing. So apparently they were like, I don't know, 6 men or 4 men. I don't know. I'm not sure how many men were they. I didn't see the video, like I said, but it's gruesome. Even if you listen to the audio part of it, it's just not. It's not what's up. Like that's not what's up. So apparently they did all this and they filmed it. Uh, and the perpetrator who did this, it was the guy who was from the US who paid these guys to, you know, sexually assault this young lady. And they did that and, beat her up, did what they did, and filmed it and put it on the internet just to humiliate this girl. And so this girl apparently, she knows that the Kenyan system, judicial system is, she felt like she will not get justice through the Kenyan judicial system because, if you have money like that guy, he's the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator, the guy who lives in the US, who actually paid this man to do this to her. She knows that he can actually pay off the judicial system, and he can get away with it. So she didn't feel confident in the system to report this issue. So she went and found a lawyer who is, you know, um, yes, it's on X. So even I think Hanifa wrote something about it in a page. So anyway, so the young girl went and uh searched for a lawyer who's, I heard, is a stand-up guy. I forgot his name, but he's known as a stand-up guy within the Somali community to help her with this issue. So, and this guy reached out to the guy from the US and told her, hey, listen, can you just make up for your, were you behind it or whatever the case, just to amend things, but the cousin of the guy from the US, the guy from the US, denied everything, of course, and the cousin of the guy who paid these young folk to do this stuff to this girl, came out and they kidnapped her again. I'm not saying she kidnapped her, but she was kidnapped again, and to make a video, and they forced her to make a video to say that he was not involved in that, all that stuff, and it's just a mess, so anyway, all I'm saying is that this story is like catching fire right now. When I say catching fire, I'm saying it's kind of getting viral, because I've seen like some American white kid making a story about it, because it's gruesome. It's unimaginable. Like, a bunch of men kidnapped her, and like I said, I haven't seen the tape. It said it's somewhere in the internet, but on X you can actually find, on Twitter you can find the audio version, and it's really disturbing. So anyway, Anfac, that's the name of the young lady, the young girl that this horrible crime happened to, and she's trying to find justice. I've tried to post it on X, and I've tagged Ilhan Omar, who is like the representative. She's a senator from Minnesota. She's really huge on issues or matters that matters that are about Somali community. She's actually an American citizen, naturalized citizen, and she became a senator. She's serving a second term as a senator in Minnesota. Okay. And also she's I think she was pro Somaliland or something like that. She understands that she's always concerned or active on Somali community issues. So I've tagged her on X, and hopefully we can get more information about this guy, and the issue can be investigated, because it's a shame if the judicial system, if people, anyone really can, a crime can be committed against them, and they don't feel confident in the judicial system in Kenya, knowing very well that whoever has money can always get away with it. So I think Ilhan Omar, as a senator of the U.S. Senate, who also is a Somali, of a Somali background, I think if she's made aware about this story, she can actually inquire more about this, and shed more light on this case, open an investigation if need be, because I understand the perpetrator of this crime, the alleged perpetrator of this crime, the guy who was behind, who was said, alleged to have paid this young man to kidnap the girl and do all that stuff to her, brutalize her, resides in the US. So I think Ilhan Omar, as a senator, should look into this case. So I've tried to tag her on my X page, to see if an investigation can be, launched, and we get to the bottom of this story, because this is something that should not happen. Okay, to anybody for that matter. Nobody deserves this. Okay, so we'll see. I'll try to reach out from a friend of mine who is also an American, and he is of a Somali heritage. I will get to her and see if he has any connections, and let's look at this guy who did this. I'm not going to and when I say this, to be fair, at this point it's all alleged. We can't really we should be careful not to demonize the so-called guy who is alleged to have paid the guys to do these things to this young girl called Anfac. Uh, so even if we find out who this guy is and where he lives and all that stuff, his information, I think that information should be handled carefully, because we don't want people to maybe put him in harm's way, and maybe he might be innocent of all this. But it will be helpful if an investigation, a thorough investigation, is launched to see if this guy, how much he knows, if there's any evidence connecting him to the atrocities that this young girl named Anfac, endured. So yeah, I'm following the story closely. I'm actually trying to figure out who this guy is. I want to find out what state he is in, and we'll take it from there. Like I say, this story is kind of heating up and is starting to go viral, because the like I say, the audio clip is just, you can hear the girl scream in pain as they brutalize her, and the guys are merciless. Now, from the TikTok or X pages that people are describing what was happening, the people who have watched the video are, they're saying it's disturbing. I don't know if I have enough guts to actually watch the actual video, uh, but I'm pretty sure it's as disturbing as it's described. Because if you listen to the audio again, uh, you can hear the young lady just is screaming. Like, you can tell she's in pain. She's going through a lot of pain and anguish. You can hear the anguish in her voice. So I don't know if you guys on the comment chats, if you've heard anything about this story of the uh, the young lady called Anfac. Again, I'm saying it's the story is catching fire. It's going viral. It's becoming international story. So again, I hope the people who have the know-how, people who can help out, so we can get to the bottom of this. And the Kenyan authorities, I mean, why haven't they done something? I mean, these young men who were involved in this crime should have been apprehended by now. I don't know what's, again, the Kenyan, this just uh the Kenyan criminal justice system is just a joke at this point. These guys should have been apprehended by now, in detained and questioned. Okay, while this is going on, and the guy who lives in the U.S., while he might enjoy his freedom for now, if he's involved in this, um, should be ready, because this he might not be safe if he thinks that being in the U.S. and being behind this crime, hiring some people to do some crime in Kenya, will let him walk free in America. That he's dead wrong. They can actually extradite him to Kenya and face the law. So let's see what happens with this case. But I felt like I should pass the message around for people to know about this. I think, to be fair, I'm not saying this young man was responsible for what happened, but definitely the people who are behind it should be in custody by now. And I think people should be outraged. The same way the governor of Mombasa was, when he was involved in sexually assaulting, indirectly sexually assaulting that activist in Mombasa. This is the kind of outrage that Kenyans, we should stand up for this, against this kind of atrocities that are committed, not just against Kenyans, but to anyone within the borders of Kenya. This is just an outrageous incident that we should not let happen in our country. I don't know what Ruto has to say about this, or Nurdin Haji, or all these leaders, so-called people, all these women groups. Where are they? I want to hear more. I want to see more. I want to hear people ask questions. Where is the head of the police? Where is the DCI? Where are they? Okay, this is disappointing, to say the least. So let's let's just pray for that young girl. I think she's a very courageous young lady, because even through this, she was trying to, just mend things up, because she was like, man, why? She asked the dude, like, why did you have to do all this? I mean, why did you do this to me? I mean, what wrong have I done against you? Just because I did not want to go ahead with a marriage or whatever the case is, I don't deserve this kind of thing. And she's right. So the family members and of this guy who lives in the US, they are actually really trying to defend their own. But this is a really sad story, guys. Anybody who knows anything about it, please tell me on the chat. I'll be waiting. I want to hear more. If you know anything about this story, please give me any kind of update, or if there's any detail that I've missed. Try to share it here so we know what's happening. I think this young lady deserves justice. This is just unbelievable. This is unacceptable. Not in this 2025 Kenya. This thing is not acceptable. It happened in Nairobi, I guess. Sakaja should be out there speaking a bit, because the story is now international story. It's an international story at this point. It's not a Kenyan story. It's really, really, really taking, you know, getting traction on the internet. So I want to hear Sakaja talk. I want to hear all these leaders, anybody, DCI, head of police, criminal justice, anybody. I don't know. Everybody. The president should be talking about this. Like I said, I tagged Ilhan Omar, the senator from Minnesota, to look into it. Since she's a senator, the U.S. senator, and she has a background, she has a Somali heritage. She would be the perfect person to actually look into this, see if this guy who is suspected of, committing this crime indirectly by paying this young man to do that to his ex-lover, see if he can be investigated and justice can be found. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, there's the link. I put the link there, but I don't think I will stay here for long. I just wanted to bring you guys to speed with what's happening on X. That's the story that really I felt affected me and really bothered me, to a point where I felt like I should go live and broadcast this. I was hoping maybe somebody who knows anything about this can share more about this, but apparently, so far, none is coming forth. But it's okay. I will have another live where I'll invite anyone who has anything, who knows anything about this case, as we learn about this. By the way, your story, it's like I say, it's it's catching fire. It's spreading. So let's wait and see what happens after this. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenya Revolutionary. Again, share this video with others so people can know about the story. And let's find justice for this young lady called Anfac, because this is absolutely outrageous. This is unfortunate. This is disappointing. Okay, so anyway, I'll leave it here, guys. Spread the word. Let people know about this case so we can find justice. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace and blessings, and I'll see you next time. Bye.